Thank you for tuning in to another RaceGrooves video. We're going to take a look at the E-Case assortment of Monster Jam vehicles. Interesting list. This assortment, the E-Case, came 10 weeks after the D-Case. Right here you can see H22. Well, on the last assortment of models, it had Scooby-Doo. And right inside the wheel, look, you can see an H code right there. You can see H12. That's the 12th week of 2015. That's when the last batch was made, H12. And if this one here is H22, that's 10 weeks difference. That assortment also had this new color for Barbarian. And there, if you look inside, it says H12 right there. Yeah, it took 10 weeks. So what was Mattel doing during those weeks? Well, the Monster Jam vehicles, they are made in Thailand. You can see right here. Made in Thailand. But that plant right there, they don't make just Monster Jam trucks. That plant, they also make Matchbox 5-packs. They also make Matchbox singles. They also make Hot Wheels 5-packs. They make a lot of things in the Thailand plant. So Jurassic Park was a big thing for the Matchbox line. Here is a 5-pack I have not shown. But we have this is the mission force. I don't know if it has another word. But anyways, right here, look, on the bottom, you can see H14. So if the loose Monster Jam trucks I showed you were from H12, well, a couple weeks later, they were cranking out the Jurassic Park toys because the movie's out. So they got to get those vehicles made and ready for the stores. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 6 models that are in this assortment. Here you have Medusa. Now they say Medusa, it's a 2015 new look. Medusa has had a couple other colors in the past. Here you have a pink version. Very nice. This was part of the Topps series. So there's a Topps trading card in the back. Here is one with a tattoo series. Another one. Now, she has had a red, white, and blue truck before. So if this looks familiar, yeah, it's because she did have a red, white, and blue truck. But it says new look, so they must have done something different. Now, this older version here, this is when the Monster Jam still had a metal base. This part right here is metal. This is when they had the metal base and then smaller hubs. This is the larger hubs. As you can see, these are the same size as the modern version. But nowadays, they have a plastic base right here. So this one right here is quite from over 5 years ago. I don't know if they had the red, white, and blue after that, or maybe I just didn't find it. I went looking through all my stuff. So that's the older version, and here is the new version. And as you can look at the stars and stripes, it's pretty much the same. It's pretty hard to see any major differences. Just a slightly difference. I guess this is a little bit bolder, but you never know if it's just because it's shifted. One thing I am noticing is that the trucks, look how thin this piece is right here compared to how thicker this is. So they've changed the truck. This is a king cab. I forget what this is called. Is this king cab with the 2 seats? This is a different truck. But anyways, the side tampo, it's pretty much the same. I like this white, but this one might have been white. I got this one new, so maybe it was in the sun. It's a little different. Oh, that's nice. Look at the back right there. 2-time champion for Medusa. That's nice to have on your truck. The modern version of the truck does not have a bumper right here, whereas you see the older version has like a bumper that sticks out right there. I'm sure you noticed this little logo right here. Looks like a lady throwing a kick. Well, she was a wrestler. She hasn't been wrestling in over 10 years, so they don't have that logo on the truck anymore. She was inducted into the WWE Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2015. Congratulations. Another thing, I did not know what Medusa, I thought that was just her name, but actually it was an abbreviation from Made in the USA. Cool little piece of trivia. I turned off my lights so that we can try to see some of the definition. The white just reflects the light so much, so I have to turn off the lights. So you can see a difference in the way that the front grille is designed. I didn't really pay attention to this very much, but now that I hold them at this angle, you definitely see the difference in the new deco. Here you have the M symbol for Medusa. That's the new hood logo. whereas the old one had, looks like her image right there. So that looks to be the main change in the new decal. Let's go ahead and get her Battle Slam attachment, her Battle Slammer, Battle Slammer attachment on. It's the battering ram. And I love this truck, red, white, and blue. Perfect for my collection. It's what I would like to have normally. Before I started getting heavy into Monster Jam, I had certain focuses, and red, white, and blue would definitely be one of them. Up on the hood, I don't know if you got a good look at the Medusa up on the hood. Okay, let's check out another one in this assortment, the E-Case assortment of 2015. Monster Mutt Dalmatian with muddy tires. They call them mud treads. As you can see, it has muddy tires. Now, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, he already had a release this year, and he had the claw back then earlier as well. But this is the regular Monster Mutt, and this is Monster Mutt Dalmatian. There is a third Monster Mutt, if you didn't know, Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Now, this one here is the Spectraflame version. This is from a while ago, and this is also when Monster Mutt used to have floppy ears. So, as a matter of fact, Monster Mutt Rottweiler, he's going to get a release later this year. He's going to be an X-ray or something like that. So if you're looking to get a version of Monster Mutt Rottweiler, you'll have your chance later this year if you're a new collector. I found this new batch about August 20th, 2015. There's the Monster Mutt logo on the claw. We'll go ahead and let you have a spin. Now, this is, like I said, there is a casting change. You can tell the ears are not floppy. The ears are part of the body now. So if you want the floppy ears, you'll have to find some source to get the floppy ear version. Maybe a collector show, trade show, eBay, online. Not me, I don't sell any of my stuff, but it's kind of nice to have this casting here. I like that tongue sticking out. Fun stuff. And yeah, I've been to a couple Monster Jam events, and Monster Mutt, I don't remember which one it was that was at the show that I went to, but it was pretty funny. They had him running around. Good stuff. Another one in the mix is Crust Station. And again, 2015 new look. Wait a second, there was already a 2015 edition of Crust Station, and I showed him in a video before. Well, let's see what they did different. Crust Station is a pretty cool design, and he is an actual Monster Jam truck. The truck itself is the same, but like they said, new look. They did do a couple things different. Here's a quick look at the older version. And he came with like a ivory or cream colored claw. He still has the claw in this newer version, but they added some decorations. When you buy these in the store, you'll have this little band right here, rubber band, to keep the claw closed so you don't get pinched. And it says on here, McLaughlin Seafood. I think that's a tribute to him being a lobster. Up on top, you can see like a little fisherman. So maybe he's the guy that caught this monster lobster. I don't know. If you're not familiar with them, I'll go ahead and let you see all the sides. Fun stuff. Hey, my claws, I didn't put it in the center. Look, it's all off center. Fun stuff. I'm not sure how much Monster Jam fans like this vehicle. Even though he's a real vehicle, I don't know if he's even on the circuit right now. He started in 2010. I think I read that he started in 2010. When I went to a couple shows, I don't think he wasn't in either of those two shows. So we looked at Medusa, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Crushstation. Now it's time for Gravedigger the Legend. Once again, 2015 new look. He's been out before. It looks very similar, but let's take a look at the new deco. Here's a 2014 version that came with the figure. I call him a dude, but on the package they called him a Monster Jam figure. They were kind of cool. But anyways, here's the older version, the 2014 version that came with the Track Ace wheels. I have that version. I'm not sure how many Monster Jam collectors like the Track Ace wheels, but I like them myself. Now here is the new version. On the side, you can see the same decoration. Excuse me, dude. By the way, here's a quick look at his punching fist that he has. Gravedigger the Legend. As you look at the printing on the side of the truck is exactly the same, between the 2014 version and this 2015 version. The 2014 version, on the roof, it had 2013 Racing Champions. So he won a title, whereas this new version doesn't have anything there. But in the back, that's where it says back-to-back Racing Champions. So Gravedigger the Legend won 2 years in a row. Let's go ahead and let the new version have a spin. We'll go ahead and get on his battering ram fist, his punching fist. I shouldn't say battering ram because it's not that confusing. It's confusing with the other one. Gravedigger the Legend. Back-to-back Racing Champions. And if you have your little dude, maybe you can put them both on there. I'm going to go out of order a little bit. It does show Batman as the next vehicle, but as you can see, I got a little something special to talk about with Batman. So we're going to take a look at Gravedigger with Track Ace tires. It comes with the punching fist. Well, Track Ace tires with the dude. Same exact truck. Same Track Ace tires. One time you get the little minifig, little figure. This time you get the battering ram, the punching fist. I'll go ahead and open this one up. No sense in opening up the one with the minifig because it's the same. Not minifig. That's something else. Maybe that's why I call him a dude, because I keep saying minifig instead of just a figure. Same exact tires, same exact graphics, same exact everything. So I'm just going to open up this one and let you have a look at him on these sides. There's a look at the top. For those of you who do not know, if you're a newer collector, Gravedigger, 4-time champion, bad to the bone. Let me check the roof of the other one while that one's spinning around, just to make sure. Yeah, it says it right on the top, same thing. 4-time champion, bad to the bone. Gravedigger definitely wins a lot if you go to the shows. Definitely one of the tougher competitors. Which brings us to Batman, and there's been some changes to this one. This 2015 release comes with the Wedge or the Cowcatcher, depending on what you'd like to call it. 2015 and 2014, it had Track Ace tires, but I'm going to use this loose one for comparison purposes for this video. The Wedge has a Batman logo on the top. I don't know why the Wedge is orange. Would have been nicer if it was black like the trucks. On top it says 2-time racing champions on both of them, but you can definitely tell that they did a different paint job. This is a flat or a matte black, and this one is shiny, shiny black. It's so shiny. Look, it's so shiny you can see me in the reflection in the roof. You can see my bald head too. Yeah, Batman has been totally overhauled. Totally different body design, different color. Look, it's got these lines right here, and before it had like jet thrusters. These are still here on the same. In the front, it's like a turbine type vehicle. Batman, he likes a turbine to thrust his cars. So you get a good look. Look, no texture whatsoever. This is just flat here. At least you have some design inside. The new version still retains these ridges. It's a little hard to see, but there's ridges right here. Does retain the ridges, but the fin really is super thin right here. Well, here, look, man, you're like a Cadillac. You got these nice fins sticking out. You probably noticed it when I had them standing up too. Look, this is just kind of square, not a whole lot of finish, but look, this is very, very nice. The older version, you might want to pick that up, but check out the new version. I'm told this Bat logo right here is actually on the truck. So this is actually a more authentic representation of the truck that's currently on the circuit. That's what I hear. That's nice to get if you're a Monster Jam fan. You get the truck that you have. I like the jet thrusters myself. What about you? I really like the flat black of the older version. Gives it a little more style. Got that big fin, Cadillac fins on there. 57 Chevy, big fans. I think I definitely like the older version better. But if you're a modern truck fan and you go to the shows, maybe you like that the Bat logo is on there. Is the Bat logo a new thing? Wait a second. You know, you have this 2-pack. You have Superman versus Batman. just in time for the movie coming out, Superman vs. Batman. Which one do they have on the truck? Well, you can see the truck's a glossy black. So sure enough, Bat logo on the 2-pack. So if you don't find the single, you can buy the Demolition Doubles 2-pack. The Track Ace version had the turbo thrust. What about the big scale that I show on the back, 124? This one's older. This is a lot older version. This one in the container is a modern one. You can get this in the stores right now. This is showing up for 2015. The older Monster Jam. Look, it has the turbo thrust. Has more of a flat black paint job. Not so glossy as the single. Here you have the large one. This is the new version. I'm going to keep it in the package for right now. But they got a Batman logo on the side instead of that logo. You have a new Bat logo with the copyrights on there for Warner DC. It says trademark and DC Comics on the roof of the older version. You just have the Bat logo. On the new version, there you go, 2-time Monster Jam Racing Champion, and it's glossy. So you have a glossy body, you got the tampo there, you got the new Bat logo. On the Monster Demolition Doubles, you have the Bat logo. On the new one, you have the Bat logo. So of course, with the new larger Monster Jam truck, you're gonna have the Bat. Well, maybe not yet. I'm sure they're working on that, because they want you to buy this one this year, and then next year you'll get that one, and it's gonna have a little logo on there. Happy collecting. Bye bye.